So we're finally at the end of this god-awful mess. This Batman Gotham War may literally go down as well as one of the worst Batman comics, if not of just 2023, of ever. That's to tell you how bad this thing has been. I called it from the beginning this was going to be terrible. The first issue of the gate was absolute garbage. It's been tatter ever since. And now we arrive at the end with Batman, Catwoman, Gotham War, Scorched Earth, and it ends as moronically as it began, with even more shit crammed in than you could possibly believe. Zdarsky and Tini did a fantastic job of ruining yet another character. Get on to this as we could. So, last time we left off, Vandal Savage and his daughter Scandal, really had to think hard about that name, want to get all these meteor fragments that gave Vandal Savage his power, some break up, and he wants to gather all of them together. So they've taken control of Selina's literal criminal army, right? Because she trained criminals to rob the rich because that's okay. The Bat family joined with her, turned on Batman, and yet blamed Batman for being out of control for wanting to stop crime because somebody's supposed to believe that shit was supposed to make any kind of sense. So they're ready to get what they have to get done. They have all of these criminals out there scouring the city to get this stuff. And while all of this is going on, all the crooks in Gotham have now gotten access to Batman's tech after Vandal Savage bought Wayne Manor and all the gadgets under it, and just pretty much, gave it away to them to go out there and just wreak hell and havoc. That's what they're doing. Yes, because that makes an immense amount of sense. When we get back to it now, Batman, Jason Todd, and Selina are trying to figure out what Vandal Savage's big plan is, after he literally told Selina everything he was going to do. So it starts off with this here. Catwoman is there. Jason, are you okay? He's there. Yeah, I think my body's getting used to it. Normalizing now. Only get freaked out when my adrenaline jumps. Then she tells Batman, you're going to have to answer for this, Bruce. He's going to have to answer for this. The hypocrisy of this shit. He's going to have to answer for this. You literally trained a criminal army. You understand me? To go out and rob from the rich. You brought the Bat family on board and turned them against Batman. But no, he has to answer for trying to stop a literal psychopath who tried to kill him just 3 times alone in this Gotham War and has killed other people. Was what Batman did morally questionable? Yes, but he was fighting a war on his own against the people he trained who are now siding with you because, according to them, crime is good. As long as crime is happening to the rich because they deserve it. God. Eh. Ay. So apparently, we go on to this nonsense now. This is something that they keep trying to do that just never makes sense. Batman says Vandal was a caveman who was exposed to the meteor when it first struck Earth. It made him super smart, strong, and immortal. If he's seeking it, that means it must be wearing off. The pieces have converged in Gotham. I suspect it's because I had the largest piece. But hear the thing about it. They keep trying to do this nonsense with Vandal. So they keep saying that, him getting immortal is somehow wearing off. And now he needs to always get back some parts of these things to somehow rejuvenate his immortality. It makes absolutely no sense. If you're immortal, you're immortal. That's it. But they don't know how to properly frame a character and do a character like Vandal Savage justice. So they keep trying to play this, he's so desperate now because immortality might be wearing off. So that's what he's doing. And apparently Batman had the largest piece of the meteor because he had it in the cave. He found it at some kind of archaeological dig, and he thought it would be the secret to Rachel al Ghul's Lazarus pit. That was the whole thing in regards to it. But then, he talks about how when he lost the manor and Vandal Savage purchased it a lot, and then Jason is between the shit you did to me and letting the manor go, you're slipping, man. Dick is right. Your stupid science project is in there messing you up. He goes out, Dick cut me off from our network, from my tools. He's the one messing me up, and he's quite right. He's quite right. How did Batman get in this? Because they have been systematically trying to destroy Batman as a character for some time now. They took away his money. They took away his dignity. They took away his house. Now they've taken away his family. And they don't seem to want to stop, and they're acting like, well, this is all for the greater good because Batman deserved this because he's rich and white. That's it. That's what's going on. So then, they get to realize that this whole thing is going on, all this craziness, and then Catwoman is there saying that then they have a pressing problem. Oracle's in my ear, Tim's missing, and there's, my God, it's like an army of your rogues downtown at the GCPD, and from the look of it, they raided your cave. So yeah, not only has the Bat family sided with Catwoman, Oracle is now contacting her, you understand me, to tell her what's going on and all this stuff, because they have completely abandoned Batman and have joined the criminal network, and they're happy with that. But they still try to play this like it's all Batman's fault. He should have joined them. He should have gone along with it. He should not have stopped crime. You kind of said, Batman was out of control, but none of that was shown. He was stopping crime. That is what they do. He was stopping Selina's criminal army that she recruited and trained from robbing the rich. That's what he was doing. But no, according to them, Batman was in the wrong. He should have gone along with them and just abandoned everything he's fought years for, just like they did, because none of them have any freaking integrity. Onset and nonsense, no matter what you do. Always some crap. So while all of this drama is going on and all these villains and destroying stuff and things downtown, the Bat family show up and start to fight them and all of this stuff, big battle and all of that. Then Catwoman goes after and finds one of the thieves who she trained, who has a part of the meteor and is going. And then he says, feel bad turning on the cat, but got to strike out on our own sometime. And she's there on our own. I wanted them all to be independent criminals who steal from the rich. That's what she wanted. I don't understand how in any way, shape or form this madness is supposed to make any kind of sense. I really don't. And the fact that DC greenlit this shows the level of incompetence and that entire company. She then continues on. But some guys just want to take orders. They're back to being henchmen, even if they don't realize it. They're being played by Vandal and Marquis Scandal. Am I angry at my thieves for being played, or myself for the same? I don't even flicking no care. When she gets to the Gotham Observatory where all this is going on, Batman is there. And they're checking in to see what it is Vandal Savage is doing. And then we get this ridiculous part. This really ridiculous part. Where Batman says that when I was studying my fragment, I noticed that its biological component carried a parasite. I believe now it's what behind the pieces being initially brought to Gotham in the first place, drawn together. It's affected the brains of those around it. I mean, that's not how parasites work. Parasites, if the parasites are literally in the meteor fragments, how would they be affecting the people? you haven't said that anything like, the parasites, if the parasites were like, they would come out of the media and then go into the person and then affect their mind and that, well, then that's something. But you're basically saying that, the meteor pieces are parasites that are affecting the individuals and making them want to making them want to bring the pieces together. That's not how parasites work. You could say that the media had some kind of power that was doing this, but no, you're saying it has parasites in it. That's not how freaking parasites work. But if you think that's the stupidest part of this, oh, believe me, it gets much worse. What we get to find out now is that apparently this whole thing, this whole madness has nothing to do with Vandal Savage bringing together the pieces of the meteorite so he could get more power. No, apparently the pieces, the fragments of the meteor are like a homing beacon for a larger meteor, right? Apparently the meteor that crashed on Earth all those thousands of years ago that made Vandal Savage immortal, apparently that was a piece of a much larger meteor that's been out there, I guess, hanging around Jupiter all these years, waiting for somebody to just, send out a homing beacon and just be like, phone home and it's coming, coming straight to you. I mean, like, how does that even make sense? This is literally, you see this whole thing with him here, this is literally the same shit that they did at the end of New 52, where they basically turned it into a Vandal Savage story, where he wanted to, where he was using his children to bring this meteor towards Earth, and so the same meteor that did that thing, so, and then they ended up having to redirect the meteor. And when I was reading this, I was like, what kind of nonsense is this? When I was there, what kind of really? I was literally already on the fence about the New 52, and that just kind of did it even worse for me. I was like, nah, this isn't making no kind of nonsense at all like that. So the pieces are a homing beacon for a larger meteor, right? But it's too large, coming in too fast. If it hits, it will turn Gotham into a crater. How in God's name is this making any kind of sense? I mean, nobody noticed this meteor out there all this time. Literally, where was it? If it was beyond, I mean, like, hell, Superman and Green Lantern and them are always out in space. Somebody would have seen the damn thing hanging around out there. Somebody, because you can't tell me that this thing had to be close enough to the. I just had. God, this is stupid. What does any of this have to do with that Gotham War? I don't know, but they're freaking terrible. That's it. It's absolutely terrible. So while all of this is while all this madness with the media is going on now, the Bat family is apparently fighting all these villains, and then Tim Drake Robin, right? While the streets are filled with fear toxin and all kind of thing, just jumps in and starts barking orders at everybody for what to do, and he's doing backflips and somersaults and all kind of thing, and he's telling people what to do, how to shut down this, how to take out that, how to avoid this, how to beat this one. That the freeze gun needs like 3 seconds to charge between blasts and all this nonsense, and then all of this is happening. And while all the fear toxins going on, they have some of them are actually wearing gas masks. He's wearing none. Tim Drake Robert is wearing none, but he's out in the middle of all this fear toxin, giving orders, doing backflips, somersaults, fighting all of this. You understand me? And then he turns around and how did he do all of this? It's called holding his breath. Well, I don't care what nobody said. That has to be the greatest superpower I have ever seen. Because he was holding his breath while talking, flipping, fighting, giving orders, all of that. He was holding his breath and not being affected by the fear toxin that's around all over the place. This is absolutely fantastic, boy. This is a superpower worthy of anything. I mean, this dwarfs super strength and flight and all of that, because when you learn the ability to talk, fight, flip, and all kind of thing, while you're holding your breath. That is really impressive. That is really, really impressive. Very impressive. So Batman and Catwoman are fighting against Vandal Savage and his daughter and all of this madness and whatnot. And they need to do something about this meteor that's going to hit. But of course, they can't get in touch with any of the Justice League. Because I mean, it's not like somebody could just call out to Superman and he'd show up instantly. But that's probably too ridiculous to even make sense. So what happens? Jason Todd jumps into the Batwing and decides he's going to fly it at the meteor. How does this make any kind of sense? I don't know. It's a massive rock hurtling towards the earth, building up speed as it comes along. The Batwing is literally the equivalent of throwing a matchstick at a massive boulder coming down towards you, a massive flaming boulder coming down towards you. But some reason, this is what do you think is going to make some kind of sense? So Jason Todd gets in there and he's flying towards it and he's telling Batman that, and you can sit back with the fact that you were wrong about me. I don't know how he was wrong about you, because doing one heroic act doesn't really take away from the fact that you tried to murder him all the time. But okay, fine. No, if he had died here, this would have been like a really interesting moment, something touching like, okay, he died, Batman has to live with the guilt that, he didn't trust him enough to do something, and he actually, he was actually wrong to affect his mind like that. That would have actually been something to really cement the situation. But of course, he doesn't die. He flies the Batwing directly into the meteor, blows it up. You understand me? And the explosion broke up the meteor. How is that possible? I don't know. Because they were literally saying just a little while ago that this meteor is massive, something like about 12 miles, something like that, like the size of like 4 football fields. This massive meteor is hurtling straight towards Gotham City, but somehow the Batwing was able to fly into it and break it up. The Batwing should have been incinerated before it even reached the damn thing, but for some reason, that's what they're trying to put a play at. So the meteor crashes, and Vandal Savage goes to get his power from the meteor, because that's ridiculous. And the daughter wants to go with him first, so Vandal Savage pulls out a knife and stabs her, because we all kind of saw that coming from the get-go. And when he goes to the meteor now to get I guess juice up his immortality, it turns out that somehow the power is different this time from the meteor, from the meteor fragment that made him immortal. This apparently has some kind of different power, and it does something to him and causes an explosion. And then Catwoman goes in to save Scandal Savage, but then she ends up falling in, right? And you're thinking, well, she's gonna die from that. No, she doesn't either, because that's what's happening. And then that's the whole thing. So then 2 weeks later now, Bruce Wayne is there watching the site, and then Dick Grayson shows up, and there's still this whole nonsense trying to play off like Batman was in the wrong, and these people sided with criminals, yet for some reason they think it's somehow Batman's fault for not joining them in it. I don't know. It's really ridiculous. It's really and Batman is like a pathetic whiner, but she's gone, Dick. I loved her. I fought with her, raged against her, and now she's gone. Well, she isn't. She'll be back. And then Dick is telling him, Bruce, you need help between you fighting all of us and what you did to Jason. I know you had your reasons, you always do, but you went too far. No, he didn't. As far as I am concerned, Batman didn't go far enough. that deal with all that and then cut all you off completely. But no, once again, they have to make it out to be that Batman is in the wrong here for not going along with them and their criminal activities. That's what's going on. And then, he tells them that, they were all his soldiers, and then Dick Grayson say, we're not your soldiers, we're people who are doing what we believe is right, and you're wrong. I'm happy, Barbara and I are happy, and like somebody's supposed to care. And he tells them that, take care of them, Dick, and you're the parents that the family needs. It was never me and Selena. I mean, Jesus Christ, they're adults. What the hell? And in the end of it all, you see Catwoman is still alive and leaves some message there for Batman and stuff, because this is the way it is, because now she's back and since she fell into the meteor crater that happened, she's most likely got some kind of new powers now, because that needs to happen. She needs to somehow be better than him at every freaking thing. And then one of her henchmen, former thieves that she did or whatever, breaks into where Bruce Wayne is staying and finds his cape and cowl and some of his equipment and realizes that, Bruce Wayne is Batman. So they've taken away Batman's dignity, taken away his money, taken away his home, taken away his family. Now they've taken away his secret identity. And the only thing that Batman has left anymore is just the fact that, his parents died and his mission to save Gotham City. And, the fact that they're bringing in Jason Aaron, their hitman, let's do a kind of thing. The next thing you're probably going to hear is that, Batman was either adopted or something, that his parents aren't really his parents, or that, his family was not what he made it out to be, that his mother was a whore who used to have every man around town, and his father was a drunken bastard who used to beat the crap out of him on a daily basis, and he set them up to be murdered, and that will really cement the end of Batman. So this is it, people. This is the end of the whole Gotham War debacle crap. They have systematically and intentionally destroyed Batman entirely, and they seem very happy to do it. This entire Gotham War run has been one abysmal disaster after another. They've destroyed any and everything that could have ever been good about this. And this is what they're doing. And I tell you all, and I make this very clear, these people's intention is to destroy Batman. Give it a year, if even so much. You won't even be able to recognize Batman at the end of it. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. I have a different opinion. I'd love to hear it. If you like the video, be sure to hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Ring the notification bell if every time I put out a new video. And I shall see you all next time. Take care.